When you look at socioeconomic status, job availability, Hartselle had a lot to offer in terms of being close to North Alabama, where there are a lot of job opportunities, but in terms of community development, it was that investment and connectivity that the community had that made it possible to move forward on issues. It has a very strong community. A lot of people are invested in what the school system looks like. My mom was on the school board. My dad has a small accounting office in town, and it's very close-knit, and a lot of people are committed to what they want the city to look like, whether it's justified or not. They were committed to what a future would look like, and as I began reflecting on what made that community successful, then I was interested in seeing how that worked or didn't work in other communities. I worked with the Health Action Partnership, which was a collection of a lot of different entities that look to affect health outcomes in Walker County. They were last in the state in health outcomes, which was not a positive thing, and a number they were trying to affect. So I worked with Laura Freeman, another intern, to create resources to better connect the community to available parks and other green space, and we did some work to revamp the community gardens that were accessible and held a citywide event with 15 healthcare organizations, had a 5K run, just tried to launch a lot of awareness around what the Health Action Partnership was doing in order to bring different organizations and community members into it. The biggest thing that I learned from that was the level of dedication it takes to implement a program of that nature, and that it's not convenient or easy, but if the right people are involved and understand what the overall mission is, then good decisions will come, but they do involve hard conversations, and it's messy. So when you're growing a program, you have to embrace that messiness isn't always easy to sell to funders or to easily replicable. So I learned a lot about growing programs and growing good programs in ways that are manageable, but also maintain the organic ideas that started them. The internship led me to the civic engagement and leadership minor, but in working with the internship, I quickly saw the intersection between communication and civic engagement, and how that academia could really inform civic engagement. And so it really found a home for all of my studies in communication studies. For my senior year, I was able to take a lot of what I'd done in my internship and the organizations I'd worked with and study them through theory and through different lenses, and in order to intellectualize what was actually working well in those communities. I was interested in learning more about the state as a whole and networks that were connected. So Impact America was an outlet for that. But then with Speak First, I worked with Birmingham City students and have had the opportunity to work with about 200 of them over 3 years in a very personal and close way. And the biggest part of it is that they're learning to use their voice, and they're learning how to be critical of information that's given to them and how to articulate ideas that they're passionate about. And when I look back on my work in Walker County, the important part of it was a lot of times the voices that need to be heard the most aren't heard or aren't given space to talk or able to communicate what they need to say. And so I think the most special part of it is knowing that these incredibly bright young people are learning how to effectively share their ideas, and then those have a bigger chance of becoming a part of a vision moving forward.